Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ray. This is going to be your reading for December 2022. I apologize for disappearing in November. I was very sick, but I'm back now. I want these readings to be a little bit more freeform, so we're going to be looking at everything today. We'll do like a vibe check first, what's your overall energy in December? How are you feeling? Then we'll look at finance and career, and then we'll end with love messages. The love messages are also going to be split into 3 categories. We'll do Libras dealing with a past person, Libras in a current connection, and then single Libras dealing with new love or looking for a new person. So let's get started. What is Libra's overall energy in December 2022? Starting with the Knight of Swords here, I'm feeling like this is your energy. Some of you could be dealing with another air sign in December, Gemini, another Libra, or an Aquarius, but I'm seeing this as you. You might be very intensely focused in December, potentially obsessing over things. This is a stressful energy. You might be having trouble concentrating or focusing, or you could be feeling overwhelmed, feeling stressed about things, especially in terms of like upcoming deadlines, or if there's things that you feel like you need to rush to get done before the end of the year. So some of you might be kind of like in a chaotic headspace in December because you feel like there's a lot to do, there's a lot of decisions that you have to make, and it might be a little bit overwhelming. You feel like things are moving very quickly and you might be struggling to keep up with that. But you also have the Lovers here. This is more Gemini energy. I am seeing you coming more into alignment. This isn't just about loving other people. It could be for some of you, okay, in the face of that stress, some of you might be prioritizing your relationships, spending more time with your family, spending more time with your friends, with your partner if you have one. But this card is also about loving yourself. I'm kind of seeing you coming more closely into alignment with your own values as a person, kind of figuring what you want, what you need, especially paired with this Knight of Swords here. If you are in a very stressful period in December, Libra, it might be very important for you to prioritize those personal relationships and also to make your own emotional needs a priority so that you can help manage your own mental health. With the Nine of Wands here, I'm feeling like you're at the very end of a close cycle, Libra. Okay, you're kind of in the last stretch right now, and with this Knight of Swords here, that might be why you're so stressed out, because you're almost at the top of that staircase, right? You just have like one more step to go and then you're ready to end the cycle. And it might feel tiring, it might feel exhausting, but the Nine of Wands is also about perseverance, okay? And it's about wisdom. Think about everything that you've learned this year, okay? And I'm hearing, especially if this is about like the year end, rounding up everything so that you can tie up loose ends before the new year starts. I'm hearing, don't compare yourself to who you were yesterday, because nothing changes overnight, right, Libra? Think about everything that you've got done in the last year. Compare yourself to where you were a whole year ago, and then you start to see the progress that you've made. Then you really start to see how far you've come and how much you've grown. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords. Clarifying the Knight of Swords is the Queen of Swords, male, female, take it how it resonates. But I'm kind of seeing you coming into this sense of clarity, Libra, with this light that's kind of shining at the tip of her sword here. And I'm seeing you going through an upgrade in December. You're growing from the Knight to the Queen of Swords, okay? I feel like, especially if you're in the middle of a stressful period right now, or some of you might be feeling overwhelmed, or feeling imbalanced, trying to deal with mental health issues, I'm kind of seeing you coming into clarity in December and learning how to get over that and move past that so that you can stand in your power. Learning how to balance out your energy a little bit more. Because the Queen of Swords is very no nonsense, right? She doesn't beat around the bush, she doesn't dance around the subject, she doesn't sugarcoat anything. She's like, these are the facts. She knows how to separate herself from her anxiety. So if you are feeling very anxious in December, I'm kind of seeing you growing through that pain and getting over that, especially if you are experiencing mental health issues, learning how to kind of separate yourself from those anxious, spiraling thoughts and think, okay, with this Lover's card here, is this something that I actually need to be worried about, or am I getting in over my head here? You know, what can I do to make myself feel a little bit more in control of the situation? What are your messages for career and finance for Libras in December 2022? Starting with the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands here, I'm seeing you getting the acknowledgement that you deserve in December, Libra, okay? Especially if this is something that you've been working towards for a long time. You are starting to see movement in December with this Eight of Wands here. And for some of you, it could come in very fast, okay? The Eight of Wands is about like very quick success, very sudden movement. But you are making progress, okay? With this Eight of Swords here, I feel like some of you might be doubting yourself, doubting your abilities, doubting your talents. You could be experiencing imposter syndrome, especially if this is something that's happening very quickly. Some of you might be experiencing self-doubt, or you might be restricting or limiting yourself in some way because you're not sure which direction you're going. But with this Six of Wands and Eight of Wands here, I feel like you are becoming successful, okay? You are working towards your goals and you are getting where you want to go. And for some of you, it might be happening very quickly. I'm hearing some of you could be competing for some sort of promotion or raise at work, potentially, for some of you. But with this Six of Wands here, I feel like you are winning the competition, okay? You are coming out victorious. Can you clarify the Eight of Swords? Clarifying the Eight of Swords is the Ace of Cups, so there is a new beginning in your career and finances coming your way in December, Libra. For some of you, this could even be a new opportunity in terms of your education, if you're still a student or if you're thinking of going back to school. And this might be something that you're stressing over. It could be a new idea or a new project, or a new opportunity altogether for those of you who are looking to move on to something different, to a different job. But with this Eight of Swords here, I'm kind of feeling like there's something restricting you from moving forward towards this new beginning. It might be another person for some of you, especially with that Six of Wands there. If you are potentially competing for some sort of promotion, you might feel like there's competition involved with your other coworkers. But for most of you, I feel like this is anxiety and stress. This is your own self-doubt. For those of you artistics out there with this Ace of Cups here, some of you could be experiencing creative blocks in December, whether you're a writer or an artist, you know, a painter, or you love to draw. Some of you could be struggling to come up with new ideas, or even if you do, you might feel like, oh no, but that, you know, nobody would be interested in that, or this doesn't feel good enough. And you're kind of restricting that creative expression. You're kind of limiting your own free flow. But if you are willing to go with the flow with this Eight of Wands, even though it might feel like things are moving very quickly and you're having a difficult time keeping up, I feel like this could be something that's very emotionally fulfilling and very rewarding for you as well. You could come out victorious here with that Six of Wands. Small side message here, but for those of you who are working in the public eye in some way, like you get a lot of attention at work for whatever reason, you might be starting to feel like this success is happening very quickly, or things kind of blow up overnight, and it might happen unexpectedly. And with this Ace of Cups here, you do have a goal in mind. You are keeping your eye on the prize, okay? You know what your message is, you know what you want to communicate to other people. But with that Eight of Swords there, some of you might be wondering if you're ready for this next step. Especially because, you know, with that success in terms of the public eye, there's also the other side of the coin, okay? If you're experiencing like haters, for example, or you might be getting negative feedback instead of positive, there's always two sides to the coin, right? And some of you could be a little bit afraid of some of that backlash. But with this Ace of Cups there, I feel like you really just need to go for it, to put your heart and soul into it, because this is something that you are very passionate about. Okay, let's move into love messages. What is your advice for Libras dealing with a past person in December 2022? Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. What is your advice for Libras dealing with a past person in December 2022? Starting with the Ten of Swords here, Libra, I feel like this is something that was very messy. This might have been a very chaotic ending. You felt backstabbed by this person, you felt betrayed, okay? It hurt you very badly. And with this give your relationship a chance card, some of you, this person might be trying to come back around and apologize, but it feels like there's a lot of history here, okay? It feels like there are major trust issues here as well involved in whatever this Ten of Swords was. But the good news with the Ten of Swords, you know, the other side of that coin is that you're at the 10. Okay, there's nothing more that this person can do to hurt you because they've already done the worst. You know what I mean? The Ten of Swords means that the pain is over, that you can pick yourself up and dust yourself off and move on. With this Seven of Cups here, there might have been some deception involved in this relationship. Okay, potentially you might have found out that this person had their options open, or that there was some sort of illusion here. They might have been leading you on. Some of you might have been dealing with a commitment phobe as well. This person wanted to be single, and they might have let you believe that they were interested in more than just a casual relationship so that they could manipulate you into getting what they wanted from you. But then when it came time to actually make that decision, this person bailed out on you. I'm hearing this person gave in to temptation, and for some of you, you might feel like this person was using you for something. Like you were just another notch in their belt, I'm hearing for some of you, you know, another carving on their bedpost. Some of you might have been dealing with a player, you know, I'm getting like major F girl, F boy energy from this card pairing. But with this Strength card here, some of you could be dealing with a Leo, by the way. I'm seeing you being courageous enough to stand up to this person if they do come back around. And even if they don't, I'm seeing you enduring through the pain, right? Coming out of this situation stronger than you were before. Learning a lesson about this person moving forward. Even if they do try to come back around with that give your relationship a chance card, I feel like there's too much history here, right? I feel like you just don't trust this person anymore. They might want you to give them another chance. They might want to work on their partnership with you, but I feel like you're not interested. And this Strength card is a very fierce character, okay? This person knows what they want, and more importantly, this person knows what they don't want. And again, I feel like if you can push through the pain, you can learn something from this. Some of you might have been seeing red flags with that Seven of Cups that you were ignoring. And it kind of feels like you can learn from this so that you can move on and move forward and be an even better version of yourself. With that Seven of Cups, Ten of Swords there, I feel like this person, even if they do try to apologize to you, I don't think it's sincere. Okay, I feel like this person is playing the same old games with you, Libra. They might be trying to manipulate you, telling you what you want to hear just to get back into your good graces. This apology feels fake to me. Like, it feels like this person is apologizing because they know that they should, or because they got caught, right? Not because they actually feel ashamed or guilty over their behavior and the way that they treated you. Can you clarify the Ten of Swords for me, please? Clarifying the Ten of Swords is the Seven of Wands. With this give your relationship a chance card, okay? For those of you who do want to work on your partnership, who do want to work this out, if there's some of you out there who are thinking of giving this person a second chance, it's not going to be easy, okay? Especially with this Seven of Cups here. This person, you have to accept that there's a possibility that they still might be lying to you. But for most of you, I feel like you're just going to end up walking away from this person, especially with this combination of the Strength card and the Seven of Wands here. Like I said before, I'm seeing you standing up to this person and defending yourself. You know, tell them where to go and how to get there, that kind of thing. I'm not necessarily seeing you opening up to this person. I feel like after the way that they treated you, you're building that wall up so that you can detach yourself emotionally from this situation. I don't think you trust this person anymore. And you're standing your ground here, Libra. You know that you are worth more than what this person is giving you. There might be conflict popping off with this person for some of you, especially if they do try to come back around and you don't just tell them what they want to hear. Like if this person does try to apologize and you turn them down, they might throw a fit, okay? It might pop off into a conflict for some of you, but I'm not necessarily seeing you backing down from the challenge, you know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to engage in a fight with this person, but I feel like, again, you're standing your ground here. You know what you want and you know what you don't want. And if this person tries to attack, you are ready to defend yourself and just disengage and detach yourself emotionally from this situation. You're much stronger and more mature than they are, Libra. You don't have to stoop to this person's level. What is your advice for Libras dealing with a current connection in December 2022? Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. What is your advice for Libras dealing with a current connection in December 2022? We start with two aces here, Libra. You have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles when it comes to this person. So even if this is a current connection, the two of you might be going through a new cycle together in December. You might be taking a new journey together. With this Four of Wands here, some of you could be thinking of moving in together, and that might be a very exciting new opportunity for the both of you, especially with this Ace of Pentacles here. Sometimes this can represent legal documents. You might be buying new property together, signing a new lease. But with these two aces here, I'm feeling like there's a lot of passion and stability here. You know, we have fire energy and we have earth energy. So it feels like the two of you are in a really good place right now, especially with this trust card. If you've been having doubts, Libra, or you have trust issues from the past, I'm not necessarily seeing anything to worry about here. Even if there is some history in this connection, any conflict between the two of you that you've had previously, I'm not seeing it resurfacing. I'm seeing the two of you getting over that, because these are three really positive cards. With that message of this situation is calling you to have faith as well. I feel like if the two of you are trying to make a new journey together, like for example, I keep hearing that message that some of you could be moving in together. Some of you need to have faith right now. Like that trust issues could be not necessarily with this person, but it could be hesitancy on somebody's part here, whether you or them. Somebody might be hesitating about taking the next big step with this person, right? Making that next big move. Am I really ready for commitment? Are we ready to take this step together? And I feel like you need to trust each other. You need to trust the universe. You need to trust the strength of your love for each other, because this situation is calling for you to just have faith. And with this Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles here, I'm feeling like this connection has a lot of potential. Okay, we've got the physical attraction, we've got the spark here, we've got that passionate energy between the two of you with the Ace of Wands. But we've also got long-term, long-lasting commitment and stability and safety and security with the Ace of Pentacles. Like, it's not all lust and no love here. There's a really strong foundation with that Ace of Pentacles. I'm feeling like there's pure potential in this connection, like emotional abundance. The two of you can manifest emotional prosperity together. This person can provide you with the life that you want and the future that you need. And that might not necessarily be financial, especially with this Four of Wands here. I feel like the two of you are just growing even closer in December. This person feels like home to you, or vice versa. And again, for some of you, that could be literal. You might be deciding, you know what, this is the person that I want to come home to every day. What is your advice for Libras who are single and looking for new love in December 2022? You have this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. What are your messages for single Libras looking for new love or dealing with a new person in December 2022? Starting with the Six of Swords here, I feel like some of you or them, take it how it resonates, could be in the middle of a healing phase right now, and that might be why this connection is moving a little bit slowly, because somebody is still learning to let go of the past. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't have to be literal. For some of you, this person could still be connected to a past person, but I feel like for most of you, it's just that this person is still dealing with past energies. And that might be why you feel like this person's energy is a little bit off at first, because with this Judgment card here and this Six of Swords, I feel like this person is going through a very big healing transition in their life right now. So they're coming forward slowly. They're hesitating a little bit, but that's because they're still dealing with stuff from their past, Libra. But I feel like they are into you, okay? We have the Knight of Cups here. Some of you could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This person is into you and they are thinking of offering you this cup, but with this Judgment card here, it kind of feels like, again, they're taking things slow right now. They want to feel you out, okay? They're kind of testing the waters. With this Judgment card here, and this could be the one, for some of you, this might be somebody that you already know, that you've already known from your past. That's not the same thing as it being a past person or an ex. I feel like this could be somebody that you've known for a long time. You know what I mean? For some of you, this could also be a karmic connection as well with that Judgment card there. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I think karmic connections get a bad reputation, Libra. All that means is that the two of you had a connection in a past life. If you believe in past lives, I know not everybody does, so take it how it resonates. It didn't work out then, so you decided to try it again in this lifetime. But that does not automatically mean that it will also not work out in this lifetime. Karmic connections have a bad reputation for being toxic, but they're not always toxic, okay? If the two of you can continue growing and healing and learning together, then you could spend the rest of your life perfectly happy with a karmic connection. But as long as you resolve the issues that you were having in your past life, if you can't grow past that together in this lifetime, then yes, it will probably not work out. But if the two of you are mature enough for this connection, then you could really learn a lot about each other and a lot about how to have a healthy relationship moving forward. We also have two travel cards here. This is just a side message for some of you, but there could potentially be some distance involved in seeing this person, because we have the Six of Swords and the Knight of Cups here. Both of these cards can also represent physical movement. But I feel like with this Six of Swords and the Judgment card here, somebody is still learning to let go of their past. I feel like this person is doing a lot of inner reflection lately about some things that they've done or things that they've said, not necessarily to you, or it could be that they're reevaluating past toxic relationships. This person is doing a lot of growing right now, and that's why the progression of this relationship feels like it's moving slowly to me, and that's because this person has a lot on their plate. They're still learning to let go of toxic patterns that might have served them in the past but no longer serve them now. It kind of feels like this person is in the middle of a rebirth transition. But they are growing, they're maturing. Okay, Libra, I feel like those were the messages that you needed to hear for December 2022. Comment down below if any of them resonate for you, and like the video if you like this new style of reading. It's a little bit more intuitive, a little bit more freeform, but you also get more messages in different areas, so let me know if you like it. What else? Hit that subscribe button, that helps me a lot. We're a small channel, but we're growing every single day, so I love and appreciate every single one of you for that. Thank you so much for supporting me. You can follow me on my socials if you want to: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All of those links will be in the description box below, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye!